Hello you beautiful nerds of the world, Torok at your service, and welcome to this new reaction of Dev Battle, Korra, the Last Avatar, versus Storm of the X-Men. In your face, Ray! Not today, haters! Sorry, I'm laughing because we can't really talk about Korra in Death Battle without addressing the elephant in the room. Because, well, as you know, Korra was one of the characters that were teased during the return of the second part of Death Battle, so a lot of people made their predictions, yada yada yada. And the most popular matchup that people could come up with when it comes to Korra was against Rey Skywalker from the new trilogy of Star Wars, and I wasn't a fan of this match at all, because I might have never watched Legend of Korra, at least until recently. I've watched the new trilogy of Star Wars. I've seen the gigantic backlashes. I've seen Rey being reduced to nothing short of a Mary Sue for thousands of people. And that before she indeed becomes one in Star Wars 9, we agree on that point. So, immediately, when I've heard that Legend of Korra had apparently left a lot of Avatar's fans unimpressed, the same way the new trilogy did, I knew the only reason why this matchup was brought up and popular, it wasn't because the people who wanted this match actually wanted to represent these characters seriously. They just wanted to laugh at their stories and have Death Battle validate all the bitching we've heard time and time again. Oh, and apparently people also wanted Korra versus Delsin Rowe. Yeah, that guy from infamous Second Son. Which, I can get behind that, but it's just, I don't know, there's just another infamous matchup just next door, you see? Anyway. But thank God Allah, Buddha, or whatever cosmic force that decides the fate of this reality, Death Battle knew what was up, and they gave Korra an opponent that would not be what people wanted, but what they needed to take her seriously. Finally. But
What did it cost?
Everything.
okay, enough about Star Wars and Rey. Let's focus on the matchup that's actually going on. Korra versus Storm from the X-Men. How do I know these characters? Now, Storm, you've heard me say it time and time again, I'm not a Marvel expert, nor even a fan. I've always been pretty aware of the X-Men's existence growing up, but only got to learn about their lore and achievements and details through Death Battle. And funnily enough, Storm was one of those comic book characters that I secretly wanted to see in Death Battle, but never found a strong matchup for her. Like, I've got hundreds of characters like this, like Starfire, Magneto, Poison Ivy, Star-Lord, Bizarro, Scarlet Witch, Taskmaster, Black Manta, Silver Surfer, Groot, etc., etc. You know, it's those characters that are so unique, yet so vague in their concept, that every time I see people, coming up with different matchups and opponents for them, but I'm always like, you know? Even Korra as a matchup for Storm, it's not that mind-blowing. Like, hell, I didn't even remember it was a community death battle at the time. But I guess that works enough. They're both quote-unquote godly entities with, like, full control over the elements. It's pretty vague, but I guess that works. So, when I saw Storm being revealed as Korra's opponent, that's why I called it a pleasant surprise. Because I genuinely didn't expect her, like, at all. So it was a mix of unexpected and at the same time it's a cool character, so why not? You know? It's a cool idea. So yeah, I'm on board. I don't know exactly why, but yeah, it's close enough. I'm on board. Now, Legend of Korra. I don't exactly remember the first time I learned about it. I think I learned about it the same way I learned about Avatar: The Last Airbender. They were these shows that I always wanted to watch, but never took the time to actually watch them. So I got into Last Airbender like month ago, but I never finished it. I think I'm stuck. I'm stuck on book 3 or whatever. And I was hesitant on watching Korra because I've heard a lot of mixed opinions. On one side, I've seen people praise the series, but not some others not really liking it. That's why I kind of don't want Korra versus Rey, because we can't talk about Rey without talking about the immense controversy around the new trilogy of Star Wars, and I'm afraid it might be a similar case. And Death Battle is the last place I want negativity in, because I didn't. I just don't want to deal with this bullshit. I just don't want to deal with it. We can't talk about Rey and the new trilogy of Star Wars without having to deal with trolls. Anyway, stop. Enough Star Wars. So, when Korra versus Korra versus Storm was announced, I finally decided to just go in and I binged all 4 seasons of Korra, and oh my god, it's amazing! It's fucking amazing from start to finish! Like, the animation, the political manipulations, the intrigue, the world building, the characters, god damn it, the characters! Like, Korra's my best friend, and Asami fucking Sato is my new waifu. She's the most badass woman on the planet, and I desperately want to ask her. Oh. Well, never mind. She's in good hands. So, yeah, I pretty much love Korra now. Unfortunately, this is the part where I say this episode's gonna hurt me. Because we're moving on to who I think is going to win. So, if you've watched all of my previous reactions about Death Battle, I'm gonna ask you to remember something I said about Iron Fist versus Poe. Of all the opponents for Poe, why did you choose... No, another thing that I said. In my prediction of Iron Fist versus Poe, I was afraid Iron Fist might take the win solely because he was a Marvel superhero. DC and Marvel Comics have published so much stories for such a long time over the years. It's almost a century old. So they had plenty of times to make their characters do all sorts of stuff and keep coming up with new insane shit to make them last practically forever, which is a reason why DC characters are often so broken in Death Battle, because they have to put them at the best of what they've canonically shown. And they had plenty of time to show all sorts of bullshit powers for days now. Fortunately, Iron Fist wasn't as broken as I thought he would be, and he managed to lose to a cartoon character. That's not happening for Storm. Storm is gonna stomp. She's gonna stomp so hard, alright? Like, already, the first thing I learned when looking up about Storm, I learned that she's an Omega level mutant. You know, like Cable. Meaning her powers can level an entire planet. Like, maybe Korra is stronger than I think she is, and they give her the giant woman form she took to battle Unalaq. But she needed to go to the Tree of Time in the spirit world to do that, so I don't know if that's possible. I've seen the preview and it looks like they're at least scaling her to her Avatar predecessors like Aang and, you know, all that shit. But again, they've never been comparable to like planets level. I don't want to use that term because I don't like versus Battle Wiki, but like planet level powers. They've never done that. They never moved entire planets. So even that's dead. And you know the one element Korra has never faced against? At least in the show. I don't know about the comics. Lightning. It's Storm's entire thing. Plus, apparently, Storm can control, like, she can summon lightning inside your brain and fry you from the inside. Like, I don't know my X-Men, but I'm pretty sure she's gonna be so above Korra when it comes to pure power and hacks. Because we've had cases where I thought a character would be stronger, but the other would have better hacks and variety in their options. But Storm has both. Like, she's gonna summon lightning in Korra's brain before she even realizes, because of course she's a crazy X-Men, so of course she's gonna have some light speed feats, I don't know, but she's probably gonna be like 1,000 times faster than Korra, and she can literally cause a seizure before Korra could even have time to react, and poof, she's dead. Can't do anything. Korra's just dead. So, yeah, I really got nothing. I want Korra to win, and I'm gonna stick with Korra until the end. But yeah, no, Storm wins. The only thing I can think of for Korra is my hopes that she puts up a good show. Yay! This is gonna be a bloodbath. Let's just end this. Come on, come on, come on. It doesn't want to appear. It doesn't want to show up. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Yes! There it is! The legendary episode. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't show me that. No. Before we begin, we do what you should do to this video. Like, subscribe, support the official release, you know, those kind of stuff. And, yeah, go! 3, 2, 1.
Avatar Korra, the master of all 4 elements. Storm, the X-Men's goddess of the storm. Weather, the building blocks of our natural world, are nothing if not tempestuous and unpredictable.
Which means you gotta be some kind of badass to control them. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Oh, let's go, please, Korra. Surprise me.
Avatar Aang, savior of the world.
What?
Uniter of 4 nations. Destroyer of cabbages. But like all avatars, after decades of service, he passed away. Humanity would have to move forward.
Who's
and
that?
prepare his next reincarnation to take up his mantle. But who could fill Aang's shoes? Her name was Korra.
Wiz, who is that?
Did you leave the door open again?
Deuces, gents.
Unlike her carefree
No. I agree with Boomstick. Who the fuck was that?
from day one.
I'm the Avatar.
You gotta deal with it.
Well, I
Yeah.
struggled to accept his
Likes
role in
pro
the world.
bending,
Korra
Naga,
was
Asami. No, they pulled a Blake Belladonna. Remember? Likes tuna. Yang.
Avatar, she is the only living being who can bend all 4 elements.
Oh, they pulled the same joke.
Earth, fire, air. Not you.
Straight from the southern water tribe,
I mean,
Korra can control tendrils
she
of
can
water,
manipulate, like,
massive walls of
energy
ice,
and stuff,
generate
so
huge tsunamis.
kinda
Aang
hard.
once raised the sea level to put out these huge fires. Looking at the size of the area and what it'd take to submerge it, he had to move over 35 million metric tons of water.
Damn.
And since Korra is a reincarnation of Aang and every past avatar, she should be just as powerful.
With earthbending, Korra can heave big-ass boulders around, shape and control metal, and even tear apart the ground beneath her enemy's feet. Kinda like when her avatar ancestor Kyoshi broke off a chunk of a continent, dragged it across a bay, and basically just created a new island, named after herself. Queen shit.
By measuring the size of the island to get its mass and the size of
Queen
the
and
bay to
shit.
get the distance Kyoshi dragged it, displacing this much rock would require an energy over 21 gigatons.
Yeah,
of
that's
TNT.
not blowing
That's
up a
almost
planet,
15
though.
times more energy than the entire world's nuclear arsenal detonating at the same time.
Yeah, but they don't blow up a
Firebending,
planet.
Korra can fire blast
Avatar
some,
State.
fire, jet into the sky like a rocket, or breathe like a freaking dragon.
The perfect element to match Korra's hot-headed temper. However, her final element was completely different. Due to its inherently zen, free-flowing nature, Korra struggled at first to master airbending.
Yeah.
But like all good prodigies, she figured it out anyways.
With airbending, Korra can shoot powerful gusts of wind.
Kind of like
fire out
how
tornadoes,
Earth
and
was
create a
difficult
cute
for
little airspeed.
She
Aang.
used this element to defeat the bloodbender Amon, who was fast enough to dodge lightning.
He's not the
Oh.
only one. Zuko and Iroh have caught and dodged lightning as well, and Iroh even caught one
Oh,
from the
they
sky.
they
The leader of the
scale
lightning
they
bolt
scale
moves at
they
60,000
still
meters per
scale
second.
her to
Comparing
lightning.
the distance Amon moved relative to the bolt.
Okay,
he
well,
must have been moving over
That's
2
reassuring for me.
sound.
But Korra's more than just a badass martial arts superhero. She also acts as the bridge between the mortal and spirit worlds.
The spirit world is a separate plane of
Because
reality,
typically
and
spiritual
Korra is
project
stronger
themselves
while
into the
she's
spiritual.
physically there.
It is
Her
possible
direct
to
connection
enter
isn't
physically
coincidence.
via portals.
She and every avatar before her are fused with the spirit of light, Rava.
Yup.
Every time the avatar
What?
dies and reincarnates, Rava searches out their spirit to bond with their
Huh?
a staple of Hindu and Buddhist
What?
cosmology.
What?
I've done a lot of research into reincarnation, which I'll demonstrate today with Boomstick and this anvil.
Wait, whoa.
What the?
Now, the avatar is usually reborn into a different dimension, but I've set this up so Boomstick will reincarnate into the nearest vessel, this identical clone body.
Hey, Wiz, I feel funny.
What the fuck?
Where's my banana?
Oh my god! What is that?
Cut off his leg and everything.
Speaking of your soul, Korra can remove or restore your bending, bring her past lives for advice, and tap into the kick-ass avatar state.
What the fuck was that?
Boost Korra's
Oh my god, I am
her
a...
into effectively a demigod and the de facto most powerful being.
Okay, never mind.
Already.
Despite that, Korra's no stranger to failure. She was severed from her connection to the past avatars and was almost killed while in the avatar state, which would have ended her cycle of reincarnation entirely.
That last brush with death left her physically and emotionally crippled for years. Even after physical therapy, her fiery spirit struggled to reignite.
Korra's entire identity was wrapped up in being the Avatar, all the way from day one.
And the biggest trials she had to face were when her place
Sorry.
in the world was challenged.
Screen a bit,
Would
so if you
everyone
hear
be better
something...
off without an avatar, or bending at all?
But Korra's nothing if not one hell of a fighter. No matter what life threw at her, she always got back up to kick ass.
Korra once blocked an energy blast from a giant spirit cannon, which created this massive crater in the center of Republic City, and almost killed everyone.
Yeah.
Taking a look at the width and depth of this crater, and assuming it was all vaporized, Korra must have held back a blast worth almost 6 megatons of TNT.
That's no
More
planet
queen shit.
burster.
And during harmonic convergence, Korra tapped into enough spirit energy to turn into a giant
It's likely
kaiju
that
and
Korra
battle
was
the
only
dark
able to
avatar
do this
Unalaq
due to the
for
massive
fate of the
influx of
world.
cosmos.
Wiz, I told you, we don't talk about season 2. Okay, one was cool.
Taking down anarchist revolutionaries.
What
to
was
fascist
wrong
empires,
with season
Korra
2?
proved herself as an avatar worthy of her forebearers.
With her teammates Mako
Oh,
and
season
Momo,
2 was
teachers
fine,
like
honestly.
Tenzin and Toph, and badass girlfriend Asami by her side. There was nothing she couldn't do.
Queen shit?
Queen shit.
Come on, little girl. Give me your best shot.
Ooh! I remember this one.
Boomstick. Do you know what happens to
Okay,
a person
now
struck by
on to
lightning?
Storm.
Same thing that happens to everything else?
You got it.
Do you know what happens to white-haired mutants whose parents are killed by a plane crash? They become badass weather witches.
After Aurora Monroe's parents were that, she was forced to fend for herself on the streets of Cairo, under the tutelage of Ahmed El-Jabbar.
The life of a street rat wasn't doing it for Ororo, so she took off across the Sahara in search of a real home.
And that's when she began to master
Worshipped
her
as a
mutant
weather
powers,
goddess.
in the same way that Homo sapiens
Former
humans
queen
evolved
of
from earlier
Wakanda.
hominids like Homo erectus.
Oh, the Wave Rider.
Go ahead. Homo superior, or mutants, are an offshoot of regular humans. They possess the X gene on their 23rd chromosome that effectively grants them superpowers.
But it's a lottery. You could end up like old Beak here.
Or you could end up like Ororo and possess complete control over the weather itself, while being super hot, unlike Beak.
No.
For all she knew, she was a goddess sent straight from heaven. And that's exactly what the local tribes thought when she arrived in her ancestral Kenyan homeland.
Aurora's mutant gene allows her to psionically manipulate
Sixth
the
sense,
atmosphere, capable of
water
summoning a
manipulation,
hurricane with
lightning,
less than a conscious
air.
thought.
When she does feel like using conscious thoughts, something Wiz tells me I struggle with, Ororo can create storms that cover the entire Earth.
Her weather manipulation isn't just powerful, but precise. She can call upon massive tidal waves, conceal herself in fog, and even generate localized blizzards cold enough to freeze lava.
She can summon
Fuck.
bolts of lightning, even ones that are continents away, or
Damn.
generate electricity inside your brain.
See? It's
And
that
she once
shit.
zapped
The energy
Cyclops
that
with enough
reignited
lightning
the
to
ring.
restart an artificial sun called the Ring of Fire, a name that reminds me of the morning after Taco Tuesday.
Encircling the planet Polemarchus, the Ring of Fire provided all the same energy as a regular star.
But her favorite element is probably wind. With it, she can blow people away with tornadoes, suck the air out of a person's lungs, and generate
Shit.
enough lift.
I think
She
it
was
happened to
fast enough
Korra
to reach the edge of
once.
Earth's atmosphere from ground level in just a few seconds.
By measuring the angle and size of the Earth to get the distance and estimating a time frame of about 5 seconds, Ororo had to have flown at 4,000 times the speed of sound. She can
Damn.
even manipulate solar winds to fly through space. Unlike winds on Earth, which are just the movement of air molecules through the atmosphere, solar winds are streams of charged particles, mostly
What?
electrons and protons, ejected from the sun.
Almost as crazy as how she can breathe in the vacuum of space. She creates a mini atmosphere around herself by gathering
What?
stray hydrogen atoms. Atoms, those are like really small last time I checked.
Yeah.
Are these writers just giving her whatever powers they want now?
Mm-hmm.
How is that weather?
Aurora's abilities apply to any atmospheric conditions, whether they be in outer space or alternate dimensions. Essentially, anything even remotely considered weather.
Man, I wish that I had crazy writers giving me random superpowers just because it's funny. That'd be awesome. Anyways, I'm gonna go use my rocket hands I've always had to get my beer out the fridge. Away!
Perhaps her most useful.
They're having way too much
sense
fun
changes
giving
in
them
the weather
powers.
With a pseudo sixth sense, Aurora literally sees atmospheric patterns and energy as colors, with
Oh.
the world as her canvas.
Oh.
She's so good with it, she could track a jet flying over New York while she was fighting the Shadow King in Wakanda. That's on the other side of the planet. Yeah,
Damn.
no wonder everyone thought she was a goddess. She is.
Aurora enjoyed all the worship and admiration until the day she was contacted by an American, Charles Xavier, with an interesting proposal.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Join the X-Men. Oh, pretty please. They were eaten by this living eyelid. It's a long story, but we're short-staffed.
Xavier founded the X-Men as a team of mutant superheroes that would attempt to mend race relations between Homo sapien and Superior through non-violent means.
Because what better way to teach kids in the 60s about the civil rights movement than
Yup.
with a bunch of good-looking lily-white teenagers with superpowers from upstate New York?
Feeling she had spent
Okay.
enough time blessing the rains down in Africa, Aurora agreed.
It's
and was
mostly
excited
because
to
there
go
was a
to
code
school.
in the
And
comic
she
book
won't earn the
at the
spot.
time.
She's proven
They
herself
were
worthy.
literally
Let a war against
unallowed
inhumans
to have
and
black
even survive
characters
the
as
blast from her
good
own
person.
lightning.
This is impressive considering her lightning is powerful.
Like this was literally a law
Once used
within
powers
the
to
comic
push
books
crust all the way to the planet's core.
code.
Assuming she pulverized a cylinder of Earth all the way down, she had to have exerted over 15 teratons of TNT.
She once beat
Yeah.
the mutant Callisto in unarmed combat, and Callisto has apparently mastered every single martial art known to man.
Because who hasn't in Marvel?
Storm has trained extensively in hand-to-hand combat. You get it? It also probably didn't hurt that she's fast enough to dodge literal beams of light.
Told you!
Nope. And after kicking
Told you!
Callisto's
She's
ass,
light speed!
the queen of these sewer-dwelling mutants called the Morlocks. She She really just couldn't escape being worshipped, could she? Even by grody underground monster people.
Well, she later married the Black Panther T'Challa and became Queen of Wakanda too, so she really runs the gamut.
But even demigods have their Achilles heels. That plane crash from her childhood left her crushed under rubble for days, giving her a bad case of claustrophobia that rears its ugly head every once in a while.
But that's not enough to stop this queen. After the departure of Scott Summers, Storm became the leader of the X-Men, because of course she did.
And when Geordie LaForge eventually came crawling back, the two fought over who would lead the team.
Despite Scott literally being able to shoot death lasers from his eyes, Storm kicked his ass. And even better, she didn't even have her powers at the time.
As it
What?
should be, because there's no one more devoted to her team than Storm is. She may be an Omega-level mutant, but her greatest superpower is her bottomless compassion.
Mess with her team, and you'll watch as Aurora's heart of gold quickly turns to ice, as she quite literally steals your breath away.
Testing me.
Nice.
It's time you remembered why they call me Storm.
Okay, pause. I have to come to do a bit of a prediction. Yep, called it. Storm's gonna win. I mean, like, Korra has endured, like, she has survived having her breath removed from herself. So she can counter it a bit, but she's never been, like, zapped in her brain without noticing it. And, like, Storm is light speed and shit. And she can, like, manipulate all sorts of weather? My god. My god. I hope there is something I'm missing and Korra is, like, takes the win in an unsuspected amount of events. But yeah, Storm seems to stomp, like, when it comes to power output, when it comes to speed, when it comes to the extent of her powers, of how experienced she is. Yeah, she's got pretty much everything. I hope I'm wrong, but Storm's gonna win. I still, like, stick with I still have my heart for Korra. Like, you know, please, Korra wins, but like, Storm wins. Okay, 3, 2, 1. This was the shortest prediction I've ever done, I think. So 3, 2, 1, go!
All right,
The combatants are set
and we've run the data
for
through
all possibilities.
It's
Time for a death battle! Let's go! Okay, there's cars? Why 2 cars?
I'm so bored.
Who brought these cars here? There's Storm.
Your powers are impressive, but you lack discipline.
I'm the Avatar, master of all elements. You want to see for yourself?
Of course, Avatar. I'll show you what an X-Men can do.
Fight! Oh! Of course, she dodges it, of course. Little wind ball. Woo! Ow! Lightning! Okay, she can dodge that at least. Ooh. Water! Ooh! Great! Oh no. Giant tornado! Okay. Alright.
Water, lightning, and airbending? Starting to feel a little less special here.
Oh, metal bending! Alright, that's why. Ooh! Ooh! Oh, in the spirit world! Let's go! Oh, it's the it's the prison! Ah, there's Sonic!
Where am I? Who are you? Answer me!
Wait. Oh, they're using the claustrophobia.
Jean Logan, I won't let you down!
Oh no, she's getting crazy. Why cabbages?
Never be saved!
Oh shit.
You're no bender.
Avatar states. Ah! Let's go. Oh, in the face. Oh shit. Ooh! Yeah, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Ah! I'm surprised. Okay, she goes out. Oh shit. Boing. Yes! Giant ball! Giant ice ball! Please win! Oh shit, giant woman! Oh no, or just like very angry. Ooh! 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 Ah! Oh, she's getting crazy.
I know what you are, Spirit of Storms.
What? Yeah, this is where she wins. She's got... And this is where she dies. Ooh! In the face! Lightning into her brain!
You fought nobly, Avatar.
Yup! Who the fucking fought?
Queen shit myself! This fight wasn't totally straightforward. Korra can dominate most fighters pretty easy with her raw bending power and martial arts skills, especially with the Avatar state.
Wait,
Not
what
even
did you
some of the
do?
best benders on
What
the
did you
planet
just...
like
Did you
Sameer
just
and
bend
Kuvira
something?
stand up to her at her
I didn't see that.
However, despite Korra's awesome Avatar powers, she found herself outmatched by Storm's skill, precision, and overwhelming force. For instance, Storm's massively hypersonic flight and ability to sense and control weather across the planet meant she could always fight safely from a distance.
Korra's trained in martial arts from birth, but even if she did manage to get in close and fight hand-to-hand, Storm's experience with the X-Men and defeating Callisto meant she could keep up.
While Korra may have fought people who can dodge lightning,
She can dodge light.
beams of light. Even just using her flight speed exiting the atmosphere, she'd still be nearly 20 times faster than Korra.
Korra did
Ah,
have
20,
access to
not
elements like
thousands.
fire and earth that
Great.
Storm didn't. If she somehow found out about Storm's claustrophobia, she could theoretically trap her in some runks.
Yeah,
to
but
exploit
she's
it.
not
But
gonna
Storm
figure
would be more
this
than
out.
powerful enough to just break out.
Yeah.
Her lightning was strong enough to match Polaris, who punched a hole in the earth all the way down to its core.
Yeah,
Yup.
ultimately, Storm was just way more powerful. Remember that planet-sized storm she created? Well, I know clouds are lighter than air, but those are a shit ton of clouds and need a lot of work to move around.
By measuring their volume and the speed at which they moved, the energy Storm needed for this would be over 500 exatons of TNT, about 250 times more powerful than what Korra could output.
Of
And
course.
considering this is the same woman who was powerful enough to reignite an artificial star, results
What?
like that aren't outliers.
Even taking the fight to the spirit world wouldn't have helped, considering Storm has manipulated alien weather from outer
Yep.
space and alternate dimensions. She'd have no problem adapting there. And considering Storm's powers are genetic in nature, not spiritual, Korra would not be able to depower her with energy bending.
And none of that is counting the ways Storm could have ended the fight right off the bat, like
Yeah.
sucking the air right out of Korra's lungs or generating a lightning storm. in her
That
brain.
is correct.
Korra was a tenacious, unrelenting opponent, but Storm's massive range, precise control, deadly skill, and unbelievable power won her this fight.
Don't get bent out of shape. Korra just couldn't weather the storm.
The winner
Come on.
is Storm.
Who the fucking fought? Okay, I'm pausing. I'm talking about the fight before we move on to the next episode. Wow, that was a really cool fight. I was expecting Korra to be represented like on a bad way, like on a bad way, as in her personality would be closer to season 1 Korra rather than final Korra. But no, I think she was pretty well portrayed. Except at the beginning, which is what worried me a bit, because she's like, I'm so bored of meditating. She's not bored of meditating at the end. She's more frustrated by other things that prevent her from meditating well. But anyway, the rest of the fight, that was awesome. Honestly, the more I think about it, they were very badass. That was very badass. I'm trying to process that. But yeah, there were like great exchanges between the characters, great interactions, sorry. I can't remember the parts when Storm is sent to the prison. I don't remember what it's called. The Prison of Torment or Torment, I think, in the spirit world, when she gets sent there and she gets all claustrophobic and crazy. That was such a nice touch. That was such a cool move. Like, no joke, that was so great. That was heavy. The analysis part was also crazy. Can we talk about how Boomstick possessed Dummy and it was fucking nightmare fueled? Holy shit. But honestly, like, but really, going back to the fight, no, actually I'm gonna stay on the analysis. Both characters were portrayed really well. They, like, despite me knowing that, but not just me, all of us knowing that Storm would win, they managed to keep both analysis, like, being really good, being really entertaining, and they really well portrayed the characters, and that's even like Storm gets to be very cool, even if they make her sound a little Mary Sue, because she's like Queen of Wakanda, she's leader of the X-Men, she's Omega level mutant, she's like a goddess. The writers do everything for them. They like to make they like to make that joke about her, but yeah. Storm just had the power of writing, or like being a Marvel character for so long. Anyway, we're going to move on to the next fight, who is going to be episode 15, which means it's the last episode before the finale. And we still haven't seen Madara versus Aizen. So episode 15, it better be Madara versus Aizen, because the season finale better be Galactus versus Unicron. If I'm gonna hit play, and if I don't see Madara versus Aizen being the next fight right there, that means Madara versus Aizen is the season finale, and I'm going to have a birth of alligator out of my penis. An alligator is gonna spawn inside of me and is going to eat its way out through my penis. Alright? 3, 2, 1. Let's see.
Thanks for watching this episode. If you want even more action, you should check out the new season of Genlock on HBO Max. Starring Michael Jordan, Dakota Fanning, and David Tennant. Fast-paced animated series inspired by mecha anime.
Next. There we go! Madara Madara versus Aizen. Let's go. I was almost afraid. I was almost afraid. Yes! Madara versus Aizen. It's finally going down. And I can't say anything about this because I don't know jack shit about both characters. Like, I think I stopped watching Naruto. When I stopped watching Naruto, it was like not even Shippuden. I think like Zabuza was still fresh in my memory as something badass, and Orochimaru was the biggest threat. That's when I stopped Naruto. So and Bleach is even worse. Bleach is even worse because I just never really read Bleach, so yeah, it's happening. Anyway, thank you for watching this reaction. If you liked it, why not give it a like, share it to your friends, your families, your foes. Maybe they'll be annoyed by my very annoying voice. If you want to see more of these reactions, why not subscribe? I'm giving you a rendezvous Wednesday, maybe the Wednesday of next week, where we're gonna draw Madara versus Aizen, the fan art that's gonna be used for the future thumbnail of the upcoming reaction. And what did I wanted to say? Yeah. Have a great night. Have a great day, night, whatever. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time. That was Torok at your service.